Okay, sugar, you're going to get you a bag of pinto beans, and you're going to put them in a bowl and cover them with water, and you're going to soak them overnight, okay? Take that back. All right, you're going to cover them with water, okay? Sometimes I just stand around like that. You want to put enough water because it's going to soak it up. Make sure you don't have no bugs or nothing in there. Okay, you're going to let this soak overnight, okay? Okay, sugar, we soaked our beans overnight. See what they look like. Okay, our beans have soaked up most of the water. I actually soaked these a little bit longer than 8 hours, which is why they have plumped up so big. Okay, so most of the water's at the bottom. That's what it looks like. We're going to rinse all this off, and we're going to add it to the pot, and then add some water to it, okay? Yeah, the easiest way to do this is to go ahead and dump your beans in the strainer. Okay? And you're just going to rinse them out a couple of times, and then put them in the pot. Sometimes I just do them like this. Okay, so after you rinse off your beans, you're going to add them to the pot and cover them with water. You're going to add enough water to let it boil, okay? You're going to boil it for a few hours so they get tender. I'm going to show you all the seasonings and everything you need to add to it. I usually add enough water to where it's about 1 to 2 inches above the beans. If your beans start cooking and you see that you need more water, add some more. And add a little bit more salt because that water dilute the salt taste. All right. After you add your water, turn on your fire. Add your onion powder. I use about a tablespoon of onion powder. Tablespoon of garlic powder. And we're going to start off with about 1/4 of a teaspoon of pink salt. You can add more salt later. But remember, if you put too much salt, you can't take it away. So we're just going to add a little bit by little bit. Okay, 2 to 3 bay leaves. We're going to use 1/4 of a teaspoon of red pepper flakes. You can add them or you can take them away. Whatever you want to do, baby. Now, I got some vegetable bouillon cubes that I made myself. They frozen. Okay, that's what the white stuff that you see on there. Now, you can buy your own from Walmart or wherever. It's only about $1. I'm going to use about 2 or 3 of these because it don't have much salt in it. But if you get your own vegetable cubes or chicken stock cubes or whatever from the store, you want to use at least 1 or 2 for a pot about this size. Okay, you're going to use about 2 or 3, I would say. Just taste it and see what you like, right? Once you add all your seasonings, go ahead and stir it up real good. Let me go get my wooden spoon for somebody to come for me. Okay, now I got my wooden spoon for all my babies just by Auntie using metal spoons in her own pots. Her pots. Okay, stir it up, make sure your seasoning mix up good with that, okay? Cover your pot and let it boil for a couple of hours. Check on it about every 20 to 30 minutes to make sure that it ain't drying up and it ain't sticking, okay? Okay, so your pot should come to a good rolling boil, okay? You're going to open up the top. I just let the water run in there like that, and you just stir it. Stir it up, make sure it ain't sticking to the bottom, okay? Get all that good seasoning off the sides and everything. Just keep watching it, baby. They're not ready. See, when they look like that, they're not tender. They're going to be almost light brown, pretty much. You ain't going to see no more spots when they tender. Okay, and I'm going to add some Cajun Creole blend. That's yellow onion, celery, green bell pepper, parsley, fresh garlic, and green onion. I'm going to add a little bit of that in there. I'm almost out, but this is what it looks like. I'm going to add about half of this container in there. That'll be about 1/4 of a cup or 1/2 of a cup. Now once you add that bell pepper mix, just go ahead and stir it around. It's going to help with the flavor of your beans and the bases of any soup or any burritos you want to make. Right now, everything I put in here is vegan. Okay? You can add your meat and everything else later. Okay? And if you just the all meat house, you can add your meat in there right now. Okay, so I turned my fire down a little bit, but let's look at the beans now. Stir them up a little bit. Make sure they're not sticking to the bottom. Okay, if you look at them now, you should see they starting to lose those spots. That means they almost tender. Okay. You really want your beans to start to break apart and just basically fill up and soak up that liquid. But when you cook them this way, you can use them for other things too. Okay, and just stir, make sure it's not sticking to the bottom. Okay, so I tasted my broth, and it needed a little bit more salt and a little bit more seasoning. So I added some onion powder, garlic powder, and I added a little bit of this Old Bay in there. I did about a 1/2 teaspoon. You can add more if you like or not. Okay, it's been about an hour or so. This is what your beans should look like. Okay, I just been coming in when I think about them and I stir them. Well, you should feel that your liquid is a little bit thicker. You should look and see that it's a little bit thicker too. See your beans? Most of the spots are gone. That means it's tender, or close to being tender. So at this point, after about an hour or so, possibly 2 hours, your beans should be pretty tender. They should be ready to eat. You don't want no hard beans. But what you can do is, if you want your liquid to be thicker, you just mash your beans on the side like that. And that thickens the juice, that thickens the liquid if you want to thicker the gravy or something like that. You just mash them up. Or you can just continue to let them cook and they'll do it on their own. But if you're ready to eat like me, you may want to just speed the process up. Okay? See that? Don't they look good? Now when you're ready to eat your beans, you're going to take this bay leaf out. You take that out. Don't eat that. It's just for the flavor. Okay, this is what your beans should look like. See, I gotta stir these because they're sticking a little bit at the bottom. I can go ahead and turn these off because they are ready. See how they made their own little gravy? Just getting the residue off the bottom. You can eat them like this, like a soup or a stew like. You can put it with some rice or cauliflower rice, however you want to eat them. Some cornbread. And this is what it looks like. See, that's done. Okay. No more spots. That means it's tender. You can taste it, make sure it have enough salt and enough seasoning. If you don't feel like it does, add a little bit more salt, a little bit more garlic powder, onion powder, red pepper flakes, or some more bouillon cubes. They usually get it. A little bit of salt, another bouillon cube. Usually get it. Okay, baby. You can use these same beans to add to your burritos, nachos, make a soup, or anything like that, okay? Okay, baby, these are my beans. I'm about to enjoy them. You can add meat to yours if you want. I'm going to eat mine with some grain-free cornbread that I made. It's so good. Y'all enjoy.
It's another one for real. K-Chavis, I call you for real, cause you the truth. It's another one for real. K-Chavis, I call you for real, cause you the truth.